Welcome back to So You're Interested In, the show where I break down an artist's discography in order to give you, the viewer, the best possible jumping off point in order to get into their catalog. On this episode, let's look at the metalcore outfit End. This supergroup of sorts was founded back in 2017 in the great state of New Jersey. Okay, I lied, Jersey isn't that great of a state, but End, on the other hand, is a hell of a band, and that is simply an objective statement. Featuring members of bands like Counterparts, Fit for an Autopsy, Shai Hulud, and Reign Supreme, just to name a few, End was always bound to succeed. Between frontman Brandon Murphy's crazy vocals and antics, along with the rest of the band's unwavering chaos, this outfit will get your blood pumping. They play a wicked mix of metalcore, hardcore, grindcore, and even some mathcore. All of this to say, End is a band that is overflowing with talent and intensity, making them a group that you should be required to check out. As of now, End doesn't have the deepest of discographies, but even so, I will still recommend 2 albums and 3 individual tracks in order for you to rip through their catalog. As always, we'll start with the albums. The first album from End that you should be checking out is their 2020 LP, Splinters from an Everchanging Face. To put it bluntly, this is a rage-fueled, furious chunk of music that will swing at your face with a razor if it gets the chance. Splinters is a riveting listen, one that will leave you feeling like a Coke can that was shaken up by an industrial paint mixer. A song like Pariah will make this message loud and clear, with huge swinging guitar thuds and dynamic vocal deliveries. The instrumental leans a bit more into the hardcore world while still applying some mathier aspects. The ending feels truly cataclysmic as Murphy shouts "Pariah, your fucking end" as the instrumental falls apart behind him. Then there's the blistering cut, The Reach of Resurrection. This is a masterclass in grindcore as the drums and guitars are absolutely relentless, punishing you at every turn with brutal progressions. Even when you think you've hit a relaxing point in the track, the angular guitars and feral vocals enter the picture to smack you upside the head. Another standout is Captive to My Curse. If there was ever a song on this LP to sing along to, I think Captive to My Curse fits that bill. Another certified ripper, this tune leaves a scorched path in its wake as each member is firing on all cylinders. However, I think the most cohesive and impressive song on this record comes at the very end. Sands of Sleep is as methodical as they come in terms of End's music. This is truly an epic song as they always find a way to kill it with their album closers. Tanner Merritt's vocal feature is great, the lyrics are absolutely wicked, and the instrumental showcases off so many different styles of aggressive music. You can't really go wrong with any of End's projects, but if I were you, I would still dip my toes in with Splinters from an Everchanging Face to get started. But don't say that I didn't warn you. Next up, I would pop on End's latest release, 2023's The Sin of Human Frailty. Yet another bone-crushing LP, The Sin of Human Frailty still possesses the take no prisoners attitude that was presented on Splinters from an Everchanging Face. Suffice to say, this record rips and will do anything in its power to leave you gasping for air. The album's title track will be the first of many offenders, as the instrumental is technically proficient and produced to perfection. This thing stutters more than Porky Pig, as the instrumental bounces around like a Victorian child off 3 Red Bulls. It even bleeds into some grindcore aspects while it does its best to claw the skin off your face, especially with the song's final breakdown. Yet another face ripper is Twice Devoured Kill, featuring J.R. Hayes of Pig Destroyer. Obviously a great get in terms of vocal features, the band doesn't squander this opportunity away, allowing both sets of vocals to cut through the instrumental without diluting it. The grooves on here are irresistible, even with the weirder metal progressions that are tossed in towards the end of the track. The breakdowns are tight, the song chugs along well. Yeah, Twice Devoured Kill is a must listen. Much like the album's final song, Leper. Just like Sands of Sleep, this is an emotional, multifaceted closer that is absolutely massive in scope. The production helps to make the listener feel as though they're drowning, squeezing every last drop of anxiety out of the instrumental. Personally, this is one of my favorites because of the vocals and lyrics. Murphy's intensity is just unmatched. It's not like Leper reinvents the wheel or anything like that, but it does allow the Sin of Human Frailty to end in epic fashion. But trust me, there are plenty of other standouts on this new LP, including features from members of Full of Hell and Harriet, so do yourself a favor and endure the hellfire that is the Sin of Human Frailty. And that is going to do it for the albums, but don't you go anywhere, because we still got some tracks to cover. The first end track to check out should be Necessary Death from their debut 2017 EP, From the Unforgiving Arms of God. Now, fans of End who are watching this right now might be a little pissed off at me for not mentioning this whole EP during the album section, and in all honesty, they have every right to be upset. This whole project is banger after banger, so please go listen to all of From the Unforgiving Arms of God if you get the time. But if you're in a rush and you only have time for one song, make sure it's Necessary Death. Good God, this thing is solid as a rock, pummeling through anything that stands in its way with sheer discontempt and fury. The instrumental is massive, overshadowing the listener with a wall of sound. Murphy's lyrics and vocals are as strong as ever, helping to chug this tune along with the power of unstoppable anger. Necessary Death is a certified classic, and if you don't believe me, you should go listen to it for yourself. Next up, you should go ahead and toss on The Host Will Soon Decay from Gather and Mourn, their 2022 split EP with Cult Leader. From the get-go, you're going to notice that this is much more rooted in industrial than anything that I've talked about thus far. Between the hollow but piercing drums and scratchy metallic guitars, the instrumental feels cold and deadly. Honestly, outside of the simple percussion, the rest of the instrumental is able to be dynamic and fluid, constantly evolving and moving towards something new. Even Murphy's vocals feel innovative and fresh, as he leads the charge in his own weird and intense ways. While I do think The Host Will Soon Decay is a great one for new listeners, I'm also super curious to hear your thoughts on this one. Be sure to leave a comment with what you make of this, cause it's certainly a doozy. Finally, I think you should go listen to the live version of Usurper from the band's December 2021 concert in Buffalo, New York. Closed Casket Activities actually put this whole concert out on vinyl under the title Bastard Reflection, and you can go pick that up from their web store. Otherwise, I recommend checking out the Hate56 recording of this show on YouTube. Technically speaking, the vinyl version was recorded on December 12th, and the Hate56 version was recorded on December 11th, but we're just splitting hairs at this point. The real focus should be on Usurper, an unruly cut that will blast your ears straight off your skull if played at the right volume. This live performance in particular is stupidly impressive, especially the vocals that sound like they're ripped straight from the studio. Every drum blast, guitar strike, and bass pound is tightly wound and ready to explode. Usurper is already a killer cut, but hearing it in a live context will have you buying tickets to the next End show in your area. Do not miss out on this one. And that is going to conclude my video covering End. Links to all the albums and tracks discussed here will be located in the video description box below. Scroll down even further to the comment section, where you can let me know if you liked any of the albums or tracks that I picked here. Maybe you're already a massive End fan and you think that I completely butchered this list. That's all good. Leave a comment and let me know where I went wrong. While you're down there, feel free to recommend any artists you would like to see covered on this show. Just know that I do have a bit of a backlog built up, so if I don't get to it right away, it's nothing personal. I'm probably working on it. I've gotten a lot of great recommendations from you as of late, so please keep it up. I'm really enjoying it. And also, please be sure to be subscribed to this channel for more videos just like this every single week, along with other shows that I do such as Stacks of Wax, Where It's At, and The Variety Show. There is always more content out there to be consumed, so why not poke around the channel and see what you like? Alright, that is going to do it. Outside of course, my usual reminder for you to go out and support your local record store if you're able to, along with the local artists in your area, and well, until I see you next time, happy listening.